were there any other benefits that you noticed from the 90-degree method other than getting your body feeling better, restoring it, bringing healing to those injured sites? What else did you notice from the 90-degree method?
Big thing about 90-degree method that stuck out to me is the ability to function well and move well in, I would say, subpar movements, subpar positions that are like kind of extreme.
Like those astrograph squats.
Stuff like that. When you're playing football, a lot of the times you are in a 90-degree joint angles with like you're cutting and things like that. But it's inevitable, especially in a contact sport. You're going to have positions and times where you're put in these awkward
You're going to
spots.
end up in bad positions.
You're going to end up in bad positions, 100%. I was able to hand those flawlessly. And I was always a little nervous about that, especially coming back from the hip surgeries and everything like that, especially with football, because of the hips. But man, the more and more I stayed on top of my activation, the more and more I stayed on top of the form and all the methods, it just became easier and easier and easier. I didn't have any fear when I played. I didn't have anything. I just went out and played. So I think that was the main thing that stuck out to me. Was the fact I was able to do all those things really well on the field.
Yeah, that's cool to hear, because oftentimes one of the biggest arguments against the 90-degree method is like, oh, well, what happens when the athlete gets into extreme position or when they go past 90? It's like, dude, every athlete I've ever worked with, yourself included, you find yourself in a deeper position or a position 90 degrees at least a handful of times every time you go out to the field. And our injury rates are insanely low. So clearly they didn't need to train deep full-range of motion.
Massive. That I will say to the cows come home. It is so imperative for you to stay on top of the methods if you want to be healthy in these bad positions.
Exactly.
100%.
For sure.